In this lesson, I want to add in some additional elements here for sections within our web page. So I'll start by creating a div and give it a class of container. So within Bootstrap, we have two options. We can do container or we could do container fluid. So the difference here is how much of the actual space within that particular element we're going to be allocating to this web page. So container is more of a restricted space as opposed to container fluid. So I can just basically show you what this could look like. I'm going to quickly throw in some more divs here. So this div is to break apart our first row. And Bootstrap, when you're creating Bootstrap, whenever you want to do any kind of structure where you've got multiple rows, multiple columns, it's got really good functionality for that. So we start by defining that we're starting a brand new row, and let's say we want to have 3-column website. So Bootstrap is based on a 12-column system. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. So we set COL is the class. Here is what it actually hasn't changed from the previous version of Bootstrap. So COL dash whatever size of screen we're looking at, we want the breakpoint. So I want to break this at MD. So I'm going to set COL dash MD, and I'm going to specify 4 as the number of columns that I want it to take up. So section 1. And just creates we'll create the other 2 sections as well. So I'm going to just copy and paste that out. So now we've got section 2 and section 3. So I'm going to do some quick CSS. I'm going to add some CSS in here. So style, so this is just in order to be able to see the border. So let's just give it a class of ABC. And we'll give it a border, 1-pick, solid black, so that we can see wherever we're ending these particular elements. And maybe we want to also do a background color as well. So background color, and let's just make it really DDD or something like that. So now whenever I apply this, so that this we can see where the container is, and maybe we also want to take a look at and see where these columns are. So let's open up our web page, and now we can see essentially this is what the column, what it's going to look like when we're using a regular container. And so the other option is to do container fluid. And so essentially there's 2 different types of web pages on the larger screen. So container fluid is just going to stretch out all of these sections across that entire available space that we have for the web page. So we see that section 1, 2, 3. Now it's spread across nice and evenly across. So if we got rid of that, then we go back down to more of a constrained width. So we see that these move in, we've got gutters at the side and so on. So again, depending on what your design is calling for, you could use container or container fluid. But in this case, usually I like to use container because I do like to have all of the white space here at the side. But again, this is all depending on what your design calls for. So now I can get rid of this, because now that we see where it's located, we don't necessarily need to use it at the moment. So I'm going to just remove that, refresh it, and now they're all going to go white. So we're all ready to go to continue to build out our web page and add in some content here. So we're going to add in some dummy content, maybe some images, and so on. So all of this is coming up in the next set of lessons.